Well, on the bench, coast to coast, in the biggest way possible, hanging out the bad seat, broken in a bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in Cincinnati, Magada, beautiful downtown Las Vegas, baby, at the plush MGM Grand on the Strip at the Boxing Media Center, and we are ready and strapped in for Saturday night, the 14th. It's Mexican Independence Weekend, and we've got a stacked PBC pay-per-view event on Prime Video as the pound-for-pound greatest Mexican superstar ever, Canelo Alvarez, puts his unified WBC, WBA, WBO super middleweight title, all of them on the line against the undefeated WBA number one ranked mandatory contender, Edgar, the Chosen One Berlanga from Brooklyn, NYC. The Puerto Rican ready to dance with Saul Canelo Alvarez. You got to be kidding me. How about this? There's more. Cuban star and reigning WBA middleweight world champ Erislandy Lara taking on the hard-hitting Puerto Rican star from Philadelphia, Danny Swift Garcia, in a 12-round fight. And there's so much more. Our good friend Caleb Plant taking on the undefeated contender Trevor McCumbee for the interim WBA super middleweight title, and so much more. You can order it on pay-per-view on Prime Video. Regardless of your Prime membership, you can also purchase it on DAZN.com and payperview.com. And we have Carver High, my man, the great one, the original OG, the Bills Mafia headmaster, the Tater King, the Tutty King, the golf ticket guru himself in his, look at him, Bills blazer and all his regalia, back in the Big Apple, styling Carver High. Good to see you from Las Vegas.
Yes, happy Thursday here, Scotty, for you out there in Vegas. And yes, I am ready to go tonight for Bills Mafia down in Miami against the Dolphins, looking to stay hot against the Fish. We'll squish the Fish tonight. Funny you mentioned the golf. Golf's back today, Scotty. They're out in Napa. Lipsky in the lead at 7 under through the first round here. So the golf is back today. Don't make sure you forget that. But you've got the big scene there with the Canelo fight. Of course, you're going to talk to Canelo later on here on Coast to Coast. I know you're going to talk to Sweet Hands Plant. You're going to get all these guys in the mix out there. You got to have at least one, because there's no way you never start a Vegas show by telling me at least one travel story. Something must have happened to you.
Yes, of course. Well, first of all, the lineup is we got Morency from Vancouver, then Tim Tszyu, of course, Katsa Tszyu, the original badass of the family. His father, Tim Tszyu, the former light middleweight champ, will be on the show today. Plus, Edgar Berlanga from Brooklyn will have the challenger. Caleb Plant will stop by. Jerry Eisenberg, the legendary award-winning writer, will be here. We're going to try to set him up with Kathy O. Jim Lampley, the greatest announcer in boxing history, if you ask me, he'll be on. And Canelo, of course. And we're hoping to get Danny Swift Garcia, either Danny or his insane father. As you know, his dad, the trainer. Now, there will be F-bombs flying if we get the father in here. But there have been all kinds of crazy back and forth at this undercard press conference today. People threatening each other. Caleb Plant threatening McCumbee's brother, who called him a bum the other day in the walk-ins, the arrivals. He shouted out, "You're a bum," and Plant is not having it. He called him his little sister and some other choice words, and McCumbee was wearing Terminator glasses and a horrible, I have to say, horrible country square dancing shirt that you wear down to the square dancing rodeo, and he's wearing Terminator glasses, and it was the worst look I've ever seen. Yes, there was a story. My travels all started horrifically in New York, as prior to the trip to the Aeropuerto, I had played basketball in the morning, and I've been telling you about my problem with my quadricep and hernia and groin tear, thus preventing me from the ability to bend over. So I was unable to put socks on. When I finally noticed that I was trying to put socks on, I noticed that I had Mike Evans problems. As you know, Mike Evans has pencils sticking out of his toes for toenails, and I had some toenail action because I hadn't gone for a pedi, because I like the massage, the deep tissue massage, calves and feet. That's the only reason I go. I don't get my fingernails and toenails painted, but I go to get the massage. So I tried Carver High to clip them myself, and I had to stick my foot up on the toilet, and I had to reach down and take one shot at each toe with a drive-by clip. And on the right foot, third toe, I went for the final drive-by clip, and I missed. And I cut a chunk of my toe off and proceeded to bleed for 3 hours. I got on the plane with a small speck of blood on my toe. When I arrived 5.5 hours later in Vegas, my entire sock was covered with blood. When I got to the hotel, Mafia thought I had cut my foot off. I proceeded to start drinking rum immediately to recover from the pain and burning. And I will say cortisone did nothing to help the matter. The only thing that could tame the pain was rum.
So this was you actually had a real bloody sock situation, not like a Kurt Schilling fake bloody sock.
Not like Kurt Schilling, real.
From the 2004 ALCS. This was a
Carver
real
High, I will say this.
Yes.
As you know, Carver High, you've had many haircuts, clean, high, and tight. And if your boy ever nicks your ear will bleed for 2 hours. Your ears bleed forever. I will tell you now, I have noticed the toe does the same thing as the ear. I couldn't stop bleeding.
Like when you go up in the air, doesn't it make it worse? Like you fly, you go up in that elevation, like that makes you bleed more, doesn't it? Like it just makes it worse for you when you go up there.
So I wore UFOs flip flops, and I had, as you know, my feet swell when I fly. You've flown with me many times, and we have to get Carver High flying with us again. I went to dinner last night with the suits, and I did say under severe protest that you not being here is a savage error in judgment. You not being with me at all fights. You not being with me at the Super Bowl. Savage mistake and an error in judgment. And I said that last night with multiple cocktails in me to my boss. I said, you need more Carver High on the road with Ferrall. And we went back and forth on it. But on the flight, I did notice that when I took off the UFOs and bled almost to death, that when I put them back on, they did not fit. My feet were swollen, and I could not make the sandal go back on my foot like Jesus in the desert with a salmon under his arm and a jug of water.
Now, I will say this as well before you start getting into a bunch of other things, and you got a lot going on there. Once again, they gave you primo spot there. Is that they got the press conferences behind you, the weigh-ins behind you, got the whole deal right back there behind you. So nice job once again with where they have put you in SportsGrid out there at the MGM Grand. That's a nice spot.
Yeah, top shelf status for SportsGrid. We have now, I think, cornered the market on this positioning in the Boxing Media Center in Las Vegas. Our second fight in a row, the Tank Davis fight, we had the same location, and now this fight, same location. As you know, Carver High, you and I have been known to have a bad, precarious position along a table near the corner by the men's room in previous years. Those days have all ended with the bright lights of SportsGrid TV. And our massive distribution, the number one fast channel for sports betting in the world. That's why we have this status here in Vegas, because SportsGrid kicks ass and takes names, and everybody knows it.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of a week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
All right, back in Las Vegas, and one of my favorite bosses, Greg Sussman, has just had a woman who is doing push-ups at the MGM Media Center. He had her come over and tie me to the back of my seat so that I would not spend the entire day slouching. Sus, I drive nuts with my constant rocking and slouching. My other boss, Mike Cardano, invited me to sit on his front porch and drink lemonade at 90 years old and be a slouched over old man. They continue to abuse me, both of these suits. He has tied me to a chair by a woman doing push-ups. She has bigger muscles than me. I am scared to death of her. And we also have Morency, of course. Catch Sports Rage weeknights at 10 on all of our outlets, all of our streaming networks, TV stations, radio stations, Sirius XM channel 159. And you catch him always, every day, on Coast to Coast. On the grid, it's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Everybody knows that. There's a lot of people wearing shirts of that nature here in Las Vegas. Gabe, I know your Bills are playing tonight at Hard Rock, and your boy Carver High is sporting the Bills Mafia blazer, and you've got on your Bills jersey. It has to be the Bills and the 2.5 tonight.
It's a big game tonight, Scott. First things first, it was only a matter of time until you got tied up. You're lucky it's not a straitjacket. So, that's
it's
secondly,
true.
Talk show hosts have bad posture, all right? It is what it is, man. You sit in a chair in a studio for 35 years. See what your posture looks like, too, everybody. Right? So I got your back on that. I got your back on that as well. Big game tonight, and I just want to encourage the Miami Police Department, who do a great job, Scott, keeping the streets safe. You know, keep your eye up for any Dolphin players and any nefarious activity before the football game. Yeah, like if any player's speeding, you got to watch out for pedestrians. Arrest them. Arrest them. But all kidding aside, Scott, should be a fun football game. I know these Thursday night games generally kind of play to the under. You get division rivals. It's a short week, but we're so early in the season right now. And you look at the Arizona Cardinals and how they went up and down the field on the Bills, and that Bills offense is lethal as always, and Josh Allen's a badass. I think there's going to be some points put up on the board tonight. And how do we not take the points? I get it. Oh, Buffalo's in a tough spot. Miami this, Miami that. Guys, Josh Allen is 11-1 the last 12 games against the Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen has thrown 2 or more touchdown passes in 13 straight games against the Miami Dolphins. Great prop pick for everybody tonight, guys. Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdown passes plus 100. But, Scott, you just look at the history, and you know how Bills Mafia travel. There's a bunch of them in Florida as it is already. It's not really like a home game for the Miami Dolphins. The Bills catch a break, then it's at nighttime, so it's not as hot as well. I think we have a close one. I think it's a high-scoring one, but I think the Buffalo Bills beat the Miami Dolphins again, Scott.
You know, he came through last week. Everybody said that, he has all these new faces and new players, and you and I have had this conversation about, and even Carver High about, hey, if this guy does this year, the stuff he did last week, putting up big numbers, big runs, big passes, TD passes, every game he produces, it's just year after year after year. And you watch him running with the football, and he's insane, the hits that he takes, and he keeps getting up. I have never seen, honestly, like anyone this tough since Jim Kelly. I mean, honestly, Jim Kelly was that tough, but he never ran like this kid does. He really is amazing. Do you buy into what Carver High was saying to me about if he does this all year, watch out for him being in the conversation for the MVP?
I don't disagree, and the MVP chance started. Listen, he kind of single-handedly said, you know what, get out of my way. I'm going to run people over. He's doing the hurdle thing again. He's jumping over people. He's running through people. You don't want to see him take as many hits. And I almost look at him like you do, Scott, in a way that he's kind of invincible. I'm like, nah, he's fine. He's not hurt. Don't worry about it. Like, he's Josh Allen. He's going to get up and, listen, he's 6'5". He's a lot bigger than a lot of the people that are tackling him. All he's missing is that Super Bowl, Scott. The Bills' schedule is really tough. So on a weekly basis, dude, they're on national television 3 weeks in a row after this. All right? So he's going to have the showcase, right? I mean, they're going to be in prime time, and it's going to be the Josh Allen show. And I don't know how great this defense is for the Bills right now. I know, Arizona did score on a kickoff return. They were much better in the second half, but Josh is going to have an opportunity to put up big stats, Scott, because I think he's going to be playing in high-scoring games.
So there are a lot of people here, Morency, threatening other people. And I have been in this room for 2 hours, and I have heard at least 15 people threaten 15 other people that they were going to kill them. And then one guy said that his brother was a girl.
Love Vegas. You got to love Vegas.
There are famous people here and boxing.
Whatever you do, Scott.
The elite
dude,
of
I'm
boxing.
sure. Walk around a hotel bar tonight in the casino floor and don't bring up the election. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at that time of the year right now where everybody's got a hot take about something, Scott. And yeah, well, listen, anytime you get the best boxers in the world and the entourage is around, and I don't know what you're hearing, but I saw Canelo said that now he is open to fighting Conor. Conor just falls ass backwards into tens of millions of dollars, doesn't he? Connor's Rutgers. He's like Rutgers in the Big Ten, Scott. Yeah, sure. We know we're going to beat you, and we get to use New York. Canelo's like, yeah, sure. I'll beat you, and I'll make a bunch of money.
So Canelo is on the show today. He has promised me that he's going to do the show. We have Canelo.
Awesome.
I've even had photos with Canelo today already taken as he came over and promised. He said, Ferrall, I got you. And then I know where he's golfing on Sunday, which I will not reveal to the public. Carver High made me promise to not reveal where Canelo
I'm assuming
is
it's the
Sunday.
win.
Listen,
I'm assuming it's the win.
I have no comment, but we have a lot of people here threatening others. I later will drink heavily in your honor, and I will do another show tomorrow. And then Saturday night, I'll be there to watch Canelo take on this Puerto Rican Berlanga, and it should be violent. Enjoy your Bills game tonight. Good luck to Buffalo against the Fish at Hard Rock. Morency, I'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Scott. And on the way out here, take Texas State tonight on the over.
I did take the over.
Let's go.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of a week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was Lincoln! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
All right, we're back in Vegas. Raleigh, my man, what's shaking? Raleigh Romero. So, Raleigh, good to see you, brother. We're going to be looking right in there, and you're good to go. So, I'm Ferrall. It's good to see you, dude. You're a Vegas cat, man. I know you're from here, right? I'm from New York City.
New York.
Yeah, baby. I do the show in New York City, but I've lived here twice. I lived in Vegas twice, son. I did my time
New York
here.
is fun. You can live there your whole life, and you can't see everything.
It's true. I lived here twice and didn't see everything. I caused a lot of trouble here, though. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think you're missing out too much.
No. So, hey, I was watching before the press conference, and man, there's a lot of people saying nasty things about each other. Your boy was saying he thinks you're old or something. That was fairly weak. I was like, what is that about?
I know. I was like, do I look old?
No, I'm like, old. You're old. I'm old, bro. I mean, you're styling. You're pimping. You look good. Right. It's almost like, I don't even know what that thing is styling. Is that like almost like a full body robe?
Japanese.
It's Japanese. That's how you know your top shelf status if you have that, I think.
Yeah.
But you look fresh.
Wait. Yeah,
why does he think you're old? What is that about?
I thought you start your prime when you're like 28 or something.
Yeah. Listen, trust me, I'm 59, son. I'm old. But I'm as pretty as a girl. You can see that.
You don't look no 59.
I don't look 59 because I still got moves.
Take care of yourself.
I do. I play a lot of ball. I play basketball.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. When I stand up, I tower over you.
Yeah.
I'll dunk on you.
Yeah.
But you knock me out, I dunk on you.
I suck at basketball. I'm the worst basketball player in history.
All right. But you're a great fighter.
Yeah.
So
important.
Is this Hymus guy? Is that who you're fighting? How do you say his name?
Yeah, I
you don't even know.
For me, it's not a fight. For him, it's you gotta look at it like this. For him, it's the biggest moment of his life. For me, it's just another day.
It's just work.
Just another day.
Just another day. You gotta go. You gotta go do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Gotta go to work. What are you gonna do to him Saturday? It's gonna be a painful night for him.
It'll be a flat line.
Humiliating.
He don't even sound confident.
You didn't I didn't feel it. Saying you're old and stuff. Like, I don't even know what that means. I got to tell you, I got to just ask you. This is just me because a personal question. Because you have this thing on. You look so fantastic that I got to ask you. You know the guy McCumbee? That's a square dancing shirt he had on. With the Terminator glasses, he had literally a square dancing shirt on. Like he was going to the country bar to square dance. I don't square dance, bro.
Yeah.
No, ever.
Yeah.
I don't go to the country bar.
That's crazy.
They can hate me all they want. I don't go to the country bar square dancing. Do you square dance?
I don't square dance. Playboys, we don't dance.
We don't have time to go down to the country bar to the rodeo. I don't have time for it. But I thought his shirt was awful. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, having a guy in a square dancing shirt talk crap to Caleb Plant is like a bad movie. It was like a bad movie, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I feel
And then
like,
your guy calling you old, that was even worse.
Yeah, I was like, bro, are you mistaking me for Laura or something?
You've known Caleb for a while, haven't you? I've known Caleb for a while. You were sitting next to Caleb. I thought maybe you were on the good end of the dais. You know, that's the table.
Yeah.
You were on the good end. You were on like the south end zone.
Yeah.
So when you live here, do you ever go to like the Knights games or the Raider games?
Yeah, I went to go to the Knights game last camp. I rang the bell and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I rang the bell.
What was that like?
They said I rang that shit too hard.
They liked
I
it?
got that. I started shaking it.
So you got so into it that the whole thing was like reverberating.
Yeah.
They never win though. That's a problem.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're overrated, bro. They suck. Let's get real.
You can't be saying
Yeah,
that in
I just
Vegas.
did, son.
But somebody's gonna swing at you over here.
I'm quick though. I told you, I'm big too. 240, son.
Not me.
Mafia, tell him what happens to these big 6'4", 240 guys. We go down. It takes a lot to get us down, son. I will truck you, Raleigh.
Man, you're gonna put me on the spot. I'm gonna have to swing at you,
Raleigh.
And just because you disrespected them in my city.
Don't you think Raleigh is the greatest name ever? You've had Raleigh Massimino. Now, he's another legend from Philly. Do you know who Raleigh Massimino is? He was a basketball coach in Villanova. He won a national title in '85, upset Georgetown. That was a great Raleigh. And then you got Raleigh Fingers. And now you got Raleigh Romero.
No, but actually we changed it. It's not R-O-L-L-Y no more. It's R-O-L-E-E, like Ro-Lee.
Ro-Lee, like Rolex.
Like Bruce Lee.
Like Bruce Lee. I like Raleigh better. Why'd you change it? Is it a money thing?
No.
Hey, listen.
Just creativity.
Hey, good luck Saturday night, man. It's great to meet you, bro. You're pimping, my man. I'll see you at the fight Saturday.
Thank you.
It's good to meet you, bro. My best. There he is, Rolly Romero. He means business, son. Rolly, let me get a picture with you. Mafia. Dude,
He's the pride of Guadalajara, the Mexican maestro, the unified super middleweight champion of the world, Canelo Alvarez. His challenger, undefeated knockout artist and pride of Puerto Rico, Edgar Berlanga. It's prime time.
Canelo versus Berlanga, plus Lara versus Garcia. Saturday live on PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of a week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go. Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship. The golf has been mesmerizing. They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
None other.
All right, Carver High. We're back in Vegas at the plush MGM Grand in the Boxing Media Center. I just talked to your boy Raleigh, who refuses to acknowledge that it's Raleigh anymore. He's decided to call himself Rolly. And I said to him when he was leaving, rolling, rolling, rolling. And when he stood up to take a picture with me, he literally was not up to my nipples. I towered over young little Raleigh Massimino Fingers Romero.
Rolly.
That's my guy.
Rolly.
And he's literally, Chop is taller than him. He is literally 5'4". I mean, this dude was so small. When I got up, he goes, "Man, you could dunk in my face." That's what he said. And he literally was wearing a bathrobe.
Now, I will say, when I saw him sit down, I was kind of thinking to myself, what is this guy's deal? What is he showing up in here? Did he just come from, they don't weigh in till tomorrow, right? I figured, is he coming from the weigh-in? What's happening?
He was coming
here?
from the spa. He was down getting a massage.
Oh, there you go.
But
that'll
listen,
do it.
I have no idea. I'm looking at it right now. It says mastermind on it. It's like he's getting quite the amount of attention from it, though. Like everyone and their brother is trying to figure out what the outfit is. He said it's Japanese.
But that's the thing. Like, there's so many of these fighters at these things. I've been in these things. You see these guys walking around. If you're not Canelo, or Plant, guys who have made a name for themselves and they're big-time fighters, if you're not one of those guys, you got to find a way to stand out from the crowd. So your boy comes in rocking that. You got to grab him. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. That's why they're all locked in on finding him. That robe, the Japanese robe that he's rocking. That's
Do you remember? So here's a story I learned today. Do you remember, like back in the day, Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis, when he first, splashed on the scene as a Mayweather fighter, he would literally, and I would remember I talked to Leonard Ellerby about this. I've had this conversation. You heard it on the air. I was like, this kid was so accessible to the media that it wasn't even funny. He would literally do every interview. He would come to fights where he wasn't even on the fight card. He would show up at the media center. Like, how some of these guys show up for all the fights, even if they're not fighting. And he was one of those many. And he would do an interview literally with anyone. He would do 50, 60 interviews per day. And he just never stopped, putting his name out there and getting his name out there. Now, they told me today, literally, that Al Heyman had to threaten him to do an interview before his fight 2 months ago that we saw. And he had a knockout win. And all I know is that he said that Heyman forced him to do an interview to sell the fight with ESPN because he wouldn't do any other interviews with anyone. He literally will not cooperate anymore with the boxing media or with PR people. And all the people here, like you're friendly with all of them. All these people that I'm talking about, Kelly Swanson, Bruce Binkow, all the people that back in the day, Tracy Bowden, whoever. When they bring, the media here, they get interviews. They get it done. They bring the fighters out one by one and they do interviews. And this guy now, they said it's like pulling teeth to get him to cooperate with anything, to get him to even come to the, he won't even come to the press conference. The guy, they literally have to write him a check. They got to literally like, I don't know, tempt him with booze and strippers to get him to come to the press conference. He won't do anything. And I think it's unbelievable because I remember when he was like a good kid and he always did it. And now he's just basically difficult is the word for it.
Yeah, I think that difficult is like the nice way to say it, right?
That's a nice way to say it.
He's difficult.
He's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Now we're moving up the ladder a little bit to what we really want to get to in terms of what he actually is. That's just how it is. But, see, I never understand that with these things because you want people to watch the fight. Like, you gotta sell the fight. Like, it's the whole reason why this all goes on for a couple days. Like, don't you want people? Let's be fair here. We love boxing, but it's gone down the ladder a bit in terms of popularity and importance, and you need to be able to try to sell these things now. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to take part in any of these festivities.
Listen, there is there's definitely a good vibe here with this fight. Like, now, listen, I would not like stand up for this fight to save your ass. You know, let's say a month ago, right? 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a week ago, because no one's ever heard of Berlanga. Now, I'm going to talk to this guy today, allegedly, and they all tell me he's just this fantastic mouth, this fantastic interview. Like, he's really got a set of stones on him. He said he's going to kill him. He's going to do all the rest. He's supremely confident. But here's my point. No one has ever heard of him. I mean, people say, oh, he's undefeated with 17 knockouts, whatever it is. No one's ever heard of one fight he's ever had. You've never heard of him. Nobody here's ever heard of him. So it's hard to see a guy that's as enormous as Canelo Alvarez is fighting a guy that nobody's ever heard of. So people are like, what do I care about that fight? Now, I walk in here today, and you would never know. I swear to God, you would never know that you'd never heard of this guy because this place is jumping as if it were Mayweather McGregor. It is packed in here with people interested in not only that fight, but the Lara Garcia fight, this Macumbi taking on Caleb Plant. They legitimately hate each other. Like, there are a lot of great fights on this card, and there's a anticipation. There's a fervor for this event Saturday night, and they're trying to compete with the UFC Noche down the street at Sphere.
They are. And yes, I was just reading a story earlier about Berlanga. And I know he said nobody really knows who he is. I don't think he's going to care considering I saw he's making 17.5 guaranteed and he could get as much as 30 for this fight. That's with an M. That's with $1 million after. Yeah. He's guaranteed 17.5. And remember, you're fighting Canelo. That's on the low side. Don't even imagine what Canelo's getting, Scotty. The low side, he's getting 17.5. So I think he's going to leave Las Vegas happy either way with that kind of paycheck.
So Canelo came over, right, to meet me. And I've been to so many of his fights through the years. And I'm a fan of his. I think he's an unbelievable super middleweight. I think he's dangerous. I think he's clearly the best super middleweight, in my opinion, ever. And I think you could argue that easily and win that argument. And he spews money. Like, he walks up to you and he just literally, he might as well be wearing an entire bodysuit of Ben Franklin's. He literally exudes money. Like, his tennis shoes are worth more than your entire neighborhood's lives. Like, literally, he's got the Rolex on. He's got everything, his outfit, his hat, he's groomed better. Like he looks like he just got a fresh cut this morning and somebody did a razor shave on his face. He looks fantastic. Like, he really looks like we know everyone in New York. Every athlete in New York we know. We still have never heard of him.
New information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
it's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of the week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoff.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
All right, Carver High. So obviously, we're gonna, as the day goes on, it's kind of hit and miss with getting these guys to somehow manipulate the large crowds in here and get them over here and get them on the set and get them in the chair and get them to grab the mic and do the show. So we're kind of at the mercy of the boxing PR gods at this point. So hopefully, we'll get everybody on here as the day progresses. Obviously, we have a lot going on in terms of football, and tonight, okay, so they're talking to me at the same time I'm talking to you, so I understand what's going on.
While they're figuring that out, I could tell you some things while they get you straightened out over there. First of all, we have a couple finals in baseball this afternoon. The Rockies just finished off the Tigers 4-2 in Detroit, so they scored a couple in the top of the ninth, got the win there. The Cardinals beat the Reds 6-1 in St. Louis. 6 strong innings for Sonny Gray there today. Astros lead the A's 2-0. That is in the top of the 7th right now. Down in Houston, a 2-run homer for Jason Hayward. All of the offense for the Stros so far. Later on, Scotty, at some point when we get some more dips later, we will go through all the action for tonight, including the Yankees starting a 4-gamer with the Sox in the Bronx. Now, you notice, Scotty, they've had problems with the Red Sox this year. Both at home and at Fenway. They now have a 1.5 lead on Baltimore, 2 in the loss after the Orioles lost last night and the Yankees won. So a big 4 games at home against Boston this weekend.
Obviously, it's going to be enormous in the Bronx, and they need to take advantage of them because I think they've been relatively weak. Now, just this week, they've had a couple of big wins, right? Didn't O'Neill hit a 3-run homer the other night to win them a game in the 10th inning? So they are dangerous, especially as their, number one rival. Whenever they play, they hate each other, and it's always good, and anything could happen. And this obviously is not a time that the Yankees can afford to have damage. They can't have damage when they're trying to win the East, trying to beat the Orioles. They need to win games, so these games are of the utmost importance. And I think it's crucial, frankly, that they win this series. In my opinion, they can't split. I think they need to win 3 of the 4 games.
No doubt. And this is the game, of course, tonight, which will get them even with Baltimore in terms of games played. The Orioles are in Detroit this weekend for 3 starting tomorrow night while the Yankees play the Sox. So that's how those two are going to match up. So we'll get to that later and all of the other baseball action. Of course, we are going to have Thursday night football tonight as well. I think you could tell by looking at me who's playing. You and Gabe were discussing it before. The Bills and the Dolphins down in South Beach. A big division match this early in the season. I am very pumped for this, Scotty. Of course, Josh Allen always tortures the Miami faithful, and hopefully he's going to be able to do the same again tonight.
Yeah, people were asking me about it. Friends that bet, were reaching out to me this morning and saying, who's the play tonight? And I was like, it's got to be the Bills the way this guy has owned them. I mean, it's staggering, the numbers that you and Morency have laid upon me about this guy, Allen's domination of the Miami Dolphins. He beats them like no other team. There is no other team that he owns in the NFL like he owns the Miami Dolphins, which is, I think hugely beneficial to the Bills in their quest to win the East every year. If you can eliminate the Dolphins, which he does every year, through thick and thin, he beats them. And then all he has to worry about is the Jets and the Pats. Well, the Pats, despite winning in the jungle, I still think they stink. And I think that the Bengals laid an egg more than they did anything to win. All the turnovers, all the mistakes, the lack of productivity from Burrow, and, Chase never got any targets. It was an ample time for the Pats to take advantage of them. And then the Jets went out and puked against the Niners. I do think the Jets are going to win games. I do think they're going to win this week in Nashville. So I think that it's key for Allen to own the Fins, to have an upper hand on the East.
They've got it, and all the other Allen stats are pretty good too. He's never lost a Thursday night game. He's 6-0 on Thursday nights as well. So there's a lot of good, juicy.
He's a
Josh
primetime
Allen
god.
He's a primetime player, and they're going to get a lot of primetime Thursday night this week, Monday night next week against the Jags, then Sunday night against the Ravens, and then I think they play a Sunday at one game, and then another Monday night game against the Jets. So including tonight, 4 of the next 5 Buffalo games are in prime time under the lights. You're going to see a lot of Josh Allen.
I mean, are you kidding me that you just rattled off literally, 90% of their next 6 games are on prime time?
Primetime games. Primetime Allen, baby. Get ready. Gonna see a lot of them here over the next few weeks.
I think that, let's just face facts. He has gotten that kind of juice in his career because he's that kind of player. He's very exciting. He's fun to watch. He's got stones. He runs the ball. He runs over people. He runs over linebackers. He runs over corners and safeties. He's crazy. He's got that it factor, right? And I think when you're a primetime player like he is, that's why the NFL wants him in primetime games.
Yes, they do. So later we will go through all the numbers for the Bills and the Dolphins tonight. I have Allen for you, along with Mike McDaniel later, too. We're going to go through a bunch of other NFL games if we have time. I've got Deshaun Watson. I've got Matt LaFleur, Brian Dable. We'll start to look towards a bunch of the matchups that we are going to have in week number 2. And we do have a college football game tonight, Scotty, that we're going to talk about. Tricky game here. Arizona State into Texas State, who's in the Sun Belt. I like that Bobcat team, Scotty. Texas State in the Sun Belt tonight. I like that.
I want the over in that game. And then when we come back, we're going to talk to Danny Swift Garcia, getting ready for his huge fight with Lara on Saturday night at the T-Mobile. So don't go anywhere. We're styling in Sin City.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of a week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
So we're back with Danny Swift Garcia, Philadelphia's finest. He's bigger than Rocky. Clearly, he passed him a long time ago. Everyone used to think that Rocky Balboa ran for Philadelphia, but it's actually Danny Garcia.
Yes,
and
sir.
then, stunningly, in another development, Danny's father also superseded Rocky Balboa
For
in
sure.
fame in Philly.
Absolutely.
Like you and your dad, you passed him a long time ago.
Absolutely. Two legendary people, me and my Angel Garcia.
You guys went right past him.
Absolutely.
Like he wasn't even there. I'm telling you. Dude, I cannot believe that it has been 2 years since you fought at the Barclays in no sleep till. 2 years. That's crazy. No, I know it doesn't seem like that matters to you,
Right.
but to me, that's like dog years, bro. Like dog years, like 2 years without work.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the fastest 2 years of my life.
Really?
You know how sometimes when like you're not working, it goes slow.
Yeah.
I felt like the way time is going now is like it waits for no man. It felt
Listen.
like 6 months.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I just fought like a year ago.
I think those glasses you got on are so fantastic that like I don't even care if you have to worry about cutting weight for tomorrow.
Right.
Those Louis are so nice. I mean, honestly, like I wouldn't even leave the house if I had those.
For
on.
sure, my sisters picked this out.
I
for
mean,
me.
they look clean. Son.
I gotta stay up to date. So my sisters, they go out shopping for me. They're younger than me, so.
I mean, you look good, boy.
Thank you, I
I
appreciate
mean,
it.
to tell you, I haven't seen you in a long time. He's been on my show through the years at a lot of your big fights. What do you think of Lara? I mean, this guy, that's a great fight Saturday night. I
For
mean,
sure.
that's to me, that's the co-main. You got Canelo, and then so someone asked me, they were like, "Where are you going?" Because I do all the fights for 35 years. They said, "What are you doing in Vegas?" I said, "I'm going to watch Canelo and Danny Garcia."
For sure,
Like,
yeah.
that's my thing. Like, I think those two fights are delicious.
Oh, for sure. So, mine's a championship fight, middleweight championship fight. Canelo, super middleweight. Me and Canelo, actually, we fought on the same card in 2013 together when he fought Mayweather. So
I was there.
That's how long, like, me and him been in the game.
Yeah.
So this is just, like, legendary.
He was young. He was so young. And like I said to him, you were young and dumb then. If he fought him today, he'd kill him.
I mean, styles make fights. Floyd's a great fighter, though.
But
so.
he was inexperienced is what I meant. When he
Right,
was
right.
young, like he didn't know what, like Floyd knew how to win that fight just by walking in the ring and
Right,
with his
right.
counter and his defense.
Yeah.
He
Floyd-
knew how to avoid Canelo. Canelo today against him would be a joke.
It would be a better fight. It would be a better
If
fight.
they were still both prime.
Yeah, it
if
would
he
be a
fought
better
him
fight.
a second time, it'd be a great fight.
Yeah, it would be a better fight.
Do you think Canelo would beat him if they fought again? If they were both at
It
the same
depends.
age?
It depends the weight.
Same and the weight.
At 168, I think nobody beats Canelo.
Me neither.
But at 154, they did it. I think Floyd will win it.
Listen, I think he's one of the hardest punchers I ever seen, Canelo.
For sure.
But he'll break your ribs.
He's not even a big guy. He's only like 5'8", but he's so strong.
So brutally strong.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite fights that you remember that stand out to you the most in your great career?
In my career?
I've seen a lot of your fights. What
Definitely.
were your favorites?
My favorite is Matisse, of course, when I fought in the undercard of Mayweather and Canelo. When I won the world title against Morales. Just Zab Judah,
Zab, I was there.
That was Robert Guerrero when I won the WBC
I was there
welterweight
with the
title.
Ghost.
Yeah.
I was at that fight.
Just so many.
Been the last time I talked to you against the Ghost.
Yeah, even the Keith Thurman fight. It was a unification fight.
That fight.
That was a great fight. So many great fights I've been in that I'm proud of. Win, lose, or draw.
How's your old man doing? He's crazy. I like him. He's nuts.
Yeah, he's around.
Fun.
He's around here somewhere.
Is he causing trouble?
Well, not as much as he used to.
Because he did used to cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. So it's like
he got stones.
Yeah, they kind of like they said, Andrew, you got to chill.
But it's great. Well, that's too bad because boxing needs more of him.
Yeah, exactly. But
how about chill? Nothing.
They thought the complete opposite.
Listen, with MMA and what it's done to damage, in my opinion, boxing, you have to have personality.
Yeah, that's what sells the fights. You got the good guy and you got the bad guy.
I'm telling you. Now, listen, I can't wait to watch you fight. I'm glad you're doing well. It's great to see you. I'm glad you're back in the ring. I think 2 years sucks not seeing you fight.
For sure.
I'll always love watching you fight, and that's going to be a great fight with Larry. He's a badass, too. It bummed me out. He kept talking about how old he is. I don't care how old he is. The guy's a champ, and he's a fighter. And you're gonna go toe-to-toe with him. That's going to be violent, bro. I can't wait. It's good to see you. Good luck with the cut.
Nice to see you, too.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
All the best to you and your old man and your family in Philly. I love you.
Yes, sir.
I'm in New York City, so it's just good to see you in the ring again. I look forward to Saturday night, my man.
Thank you.
Danny, God bless.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of a week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoff.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.